We have a reaction coming in from Congress netas. Congress party is slamming the government over UN Gaza vote. That's the latest update. Mallikarjun Kharge, the Congress president, has said it is now increasingly evident that our foreign policy is in shambles. Perhaps Prime Minister Modi must now take a call on external affairs ministers' repeated blunders and set some accountability. 149 countries voted for a UNGA resolution for a ceasefire in Gaza. India was only one of the 19 countries that abstained. We virtually stand isolated by this step. So that's a scathing attack really coming in from Congress party's Mallikarjun Kharge, the Congress president there. A long post has been put out as well. We have my colleague Niyamika, I believe, joining us on the broadcast for more on this. Niyamika, give us more details.
Well, once again, the Congress party has questioned the foreign policy of the government of India, as it is basically the Congress president, Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge, who has made this allegation that the foreign policy of Indian government is completely in shambles, as he has also asked Prime Minister Narendra Modi to take a call on external affairs ministers. What he is saying is repeated blunders and set some kind of accountability, because he is also mentioning about the UNGA voting, in which he has mentioned that how 149 countries had voted for a resolution to announce ceasefire in Gaza, but it was India's decision for abstaining from voting in this particular UNGA resolution, in which he has also mentioned that on October 8th, 2023, the Indian National Congress had condemned these brutal attacks by Hamas on the people of Israel. However, he has also mentioned that India has consistently condemned the indiscriminate actions that included the siege of the Gaza strips and bombings, because of which 60,000 people had lost their lives. And for that reason, he is also saying that have we abandoned India's consistent stand for advocating for peace and ceasefire and a dialogue in the Middle East and West Asia, because this stance is deeply rooted in our long-standing tradition of non-alignment and moral diplomacy, through which India has always championed justice and peace in internal conflicts. So continuously, the Congress party is raising a question upon the government of India's foreign policy, and once again they are asking this question that why we had abstained during the UNGA voting at that particular point in time, as India was one of the 19 countries who had abstained from voting in the resolution to announce any kind of ceasefire during that particular period of time. As he has also mentioned that in October 2023 itself, the Indian National Congress had called for an immediate ceasefire and for the humanitarian assistance to the displaced people of Gaza, and for that reason he is also now asking the Prime Minister to clarify the government of India's stance, and he is also saying that it is basically the repeated blunders which have been done by the external affairs ministers in the recent times.
Right, and we are now seeing, Niyamika, more and more Congress leaders also reacting to this big development. Let's request you to stay on with us. Let's tell our viewers what exactly has happened. So, viewers, a UN General Assembly resolution seeking immediate, unconditional and lasting ceasefire in Gaza was adopted with overwhelming support. There were about 149 countries that voted in favor. India was among the 19 countries that abstained, even as American allies like the UK, Australia and Japan voted in favor. And now this particular aspect has been picked up by leaders of the Congress party to target the Modi government because of the stand it has taken on this particular issue. Niyamika, we have more reactions in fact coming in. It was Mallikarjun Kharge's post that we were showing to our viewers just now. Along with him, we have Priyanka Gandhi Vadra also reacting to this big development and saying it is shameful and disappointing that our government has chosen to abstain on the UN motion for the protection of civilians and upholding legal and humanitarian obligations in Gaza.
Well, yes, indeed, after the Congress president Mallikarjun Kharge has called it a repeated blunder of the external affairs minister, as he had also questioned that the foreign policy of government of India is in shambles. Now it is Congress General Secretary Priyanka Gandhi Vadra who has also made a similar kind of tweet, in which she has mentioned that it is basically and disappointing that the government of India had chosen to abstain in the UN motion for the protection of civilians and upholding legal and humanitarian obligations in Gaza. As she has also mentioned that how 60,000 people, in which mostly were women and children, who have been killed already, and the entire population is being confined and starved to death. And it is the government of India which is completely refusing to take any kind of stand in this entire matter. As she has also mentioned in this particular tweet that this is basically a tragic reversal of India's anti-colonial legacy, as in fact not only are we standing silent as Mr. Netanyahu annihilates an entire nation, we are cheering on as his government attacks Iran and assassinates its leadership.
Niamika, request you to stay on with us. In fact, my colleague Meenakshi is also live with us right now from the newsroom, and she has that post, that Priyanka Gandhi Vadra has put out. Meenakshi, over to you.
Well, absolutely, Hina. So now, Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, what did she say? Let's read out her post for our viewers. She's hit out at the center. She said, and I quote her verbatim, "Shameful and disappointing that our own government has chosen to abstain on the UN motion for the protection of civilians and upholding legal humanitarian obligations in Gaza. 60,000 people, women and children, have been killed already, an entire population confined and starved to death. We are refusing to take a stand. The tragic reversal of our anti-colonial legacy. In fact, not only are we standing silent as Netanyahu, as she says, annihilates an entire nation, we are cheering on with his government attacks Iran and assassinates its leadership in flagrant violation of its sovereignty and complete contravention of the international norms." So this is very, very significant. It's not just the UN resolution on Gaza, Hina. We must read this out because the Congress is also attacking, interestingly, the Modi government, the center. And I'm going to read out this part again. She says this particular government, obviously our government, says cheering on as Israelis are attacking Iran and assassinating the leadership, which she says, and I quote, is in flagrant violation of the sovereignty and complete contravention of the international norms. How can we as a nation just abandon the principles of our constitution? No justification for this. True global leadership demands courage to defend justice, and then finally goes on to say that India is becoming increasingly divisive. So this is a type of attack coming in from the side of Priyanka Gandhi Vadra at the center. One on the resolution when it comes to the UN resolution on Gaza, and the second is on the continuing war and where she basically seems to be attacking the government, saying the government has taken Israel's side, which she says is condemnable.
Right, and Meenakshi, we are also learning that India's permanent representative, in fact, to the United Nations, has said that India's vote actually was in line with its abstention earlier on two other resolutions. One that happened in 2022 that referred violation by Israel of the right of Palestinian people to self-determination or to the International Court of Justice, and another one that happened in 2024 asking Israel to abide by the UN Charter and endorsing the work of UNRWA that was banned by Israel. So that has been the response of India's permanent representative on why India decided to abstain in this particular case. But Meenakshi, we are seeing politics, in fact, taking place on it now. Stay on with us. Let me go back to my colleague Niamika, who continues to be with us at this point in time. Niamika, now, as I was mentioning earlier, that, India has always abstained in two other resolutions in the past, one in 2022 and the other one in 2024 also. This was the stand of Indian government, but now this time some scathing attacks they're coming in from Congress netas.
Yes, and if you remember, then it was Priyanka Gandhi Vadra only who had taken a bag which was which had a quote of Palestine in the parliament session, as at that point in time also Priyanka Gandhi Vadra wanted to give out a message in support of Palestine, and now the manner in which she had made this tweet, a long tweet in which she is mentioning that how can India just abandon the principles of our constitution as the values of our freedom struggle, which that had led the way for an international arena based on peace and humanity, because it is the Congress party which is questioning this decision of government of India for completely abstaining from voting in the UN resolution for announcing a ceasefire in Gaza, because the Congress party is continuously questioning this move of the government of India, saying that it is the responsibility of us as a nation to fight for justice, to fight for peace. It is our responsibility to us for ceasefire and the peace between the two countries, and that is what even Priyanka Gandhi Vadra has saying in this particular post, as well as she has mentioning that there is no justification for this because true global leadership demands the courage to defend justice. India has shown the courage unfailingly in the past, but this time the Congress party is saying that it is the foreign policy which is completely failed to to help and to give out a message for peace at the international level.
All right. Thank you very much, Niyamika, for the moment, for joining us with your inputs on this particular story. We'll see how the government responds to this, or the leaders from the BJP respond to these, in fact, points that have been made by the Congress party.